All right, everyone, welcome back. And the second session. And second session is about how to write a thesis statement for an essay, which is the most important part of essay writing. We have already talked about in the previous session that how an introductory paragraph should be written. When you are writing an introduction for an essay, what should you include in the introduction? So we have first discussed that there should be a sentence which is very interesting and that catches the reader's attention, which is called hook. And then you should provide some references and background information, um, you know, relevant to the topic that can have the facts and opinions and negative opinions and contradictory opinions, which can have anything in it, right? And the third part and the most important part, which is considered the backbone of an essay, is called a thesis statement. Basically, the thesis statement is the main idea of the whole essay. Okay, it is often a point you want to argue or support in your essay. So the thesis statement basically explains to the reader that not only the main idea but also the writer's opinion and thoughts, that what he thinks about that particular topic. If I give you a topic to write on, okay, so do you think that everyone will have the same thesis statement? What do you
No,
think?
ma'am, never,
Yeah,
never, ma'am.
exactly. Because when you're writing an essay, you are writing from your point of view. So if you want to support a point, so maybe you will be bringing the examples and evidences and facts and figures and statistics which might be different than the other person. So that is why it is said that when we talk about the definition of an essay, so an essay is the writer's opinion and thoughts which is supported by the evidences and examples on any one single idea or any one single topic. All right. Students are, let me just check if we have any students in the waiting line. All right, okay. Another thing, the thesis statement is usually one sentence, all right? So thesis statement should not be very, very long. You should take care of this thing and keep it in your mind that a thesis statement should not be very lengthy. I mean, a thesis statement cannot be a paragraph because you are writing thesis statement in the introductory paragraph already. So that should not itself be a paragraph. It can be only one sentence or two, not more than that. It is usually placed, wait a minute, have I admitted? Yes. All right. It is usually placed in the introductory paragraph of an essay. All right. And a thesis statement is a claim that can be argued, and the thesis statement should have only one idea. Now, when you are writing a thesis statement, what are some of the ingredients of writing a good thesis statement? Okay, for example, that you have been given a topic to write on social media, or you have been given a topic to write on corruption or anything, or about your family. All right, so what do you think that how can you generate and how can you write a good thesis statement? What are some things that we need to keep in mind, or what are some things that we should avoid for writing a good thesis statement, that we are going to discuss in the next slide. So we can say that when we start writing a thesis statement, you should keep one thing in mind, that write statements, not announcement. All right, uh, wait a minute. Okay, fine. So if I ask you, any one of you, if I say that if you have to write an essay about your, about your family, all right, so what do you think, what should be your thesis statement? Can you tell me? Yes.
Repeat again, ma'am.
All right, your topic is my family, all right, so just tell me the thesis statement, because I have given you a very easy topic so that it is very easy for you. I'm not giving you any philosophical or difficult topic. If you're writing an essay about your family, all right, your topic is my family, what do you think, what will be your thesis statement, or what should be your thesis statement?
Blood relationship, ma'am.
All right, no, write in sentence. Can you just give me one main idea? Thesis statement is the main idea of an essay, right?
Sure, ma'am. Sure,
Okay,
ma'am.
without parents, the life become colorless. Ariba. All right. So when you are writing so when you are writing an essay on my family, you will write this. Okay. Anybody else would like to give it a try? Okay. Or if I give you a topic that is, okay, for example, all right, what topic should I give you? Mhm. Okay, it's about like the crime in our country. All right. What do you think? What should you write in your thesis statement? Family gives us strength. Okay,
Repeat,
this is an
can repeat.
response. Yes, please. All right. All right. So let me share my slides with you. All right. So there are few things, few very integral considerations that are kept in mind when we are writing a thesis statement. Write statements, not announcements. The subject of this paper will be my parents. I want to talk about the crime wave in our country. The baby boom generation is the concern of this essay. Do you think that these are the good thesis statements? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
These are the good thesis statements. All right. Let me see what you are writing in the chat box. All right. Ariba is saying no. Ariba is saying no, it is not a good thesis statement. Ariba, why do you think it's not a good thesis statement? Yes. Adnan is also saying no. Mm-hmm. All right.
Ma'am, because these are the topics, these are not statement.
These are okay. Thank you so much. I think this is Asad, right? Okay. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Asad said that these are the topic. Okay. If you see the heading, it is clearly written that your thesis statement should be a statement, not an announcement. All right. You can't make an announcement that today my topic is this. I'm going to write about this. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now look at this. The subject of this paper will be my parents. So instead of this, you can write my parents each struggled with personal demons. This can be your thesis statement. I want to talk about the crime wave in our country. No, the recent crime wave in our country has several apparent causes. Okay, because in your thesis, if your thesis statement is so close that or it is so limited, then you will not be having any more points, you will not be having any more space or room to write at least 500 words essay. Okay, so in your body paragraph you need 3 paragraph or 4 paragraph essay. So from where will you get the idea, how will you organize it, what will you write in the body part if your thesis statement is not broad? The baby boom generation is the concern of this essay. It can be the baby boom generation has changed American society in, just wait, let me admit a you. Okay, in key ways. All right. So never write, the thesis statement. The don't announce and mention the topic that I'm going to write about it, and this is my topic, and this is my subject of writing. Don't do that. This isn't a good thesis statement. Next is avoid statements that are too broad. All right, I think you may have read a lot of essays or people write, and maybe you may have also written uh, that are that thesis statements are very broad, like disease has shaped human history. All right, so if I ask you, if your thesis statement is disease has shaped human history, what is the problem in it? Why should it can't be your thesis statement, or it can't be a good thesis statement? Can you tell me, please? Write in the chat box. Okay, because ma'am, it is like an announcement and it is very deep, I think. All right. Okay, it is very deep. Oh, you are right. I mean, it is very broad. You know, there are hundreds and millions of diseases in the world. All right. So diseases has, disease has shaped human history. Then how you are going to, write 500 essay uh, just because your thesis statement is so broad? Then will it not confuse you basically that what you should write, what disease you are talking about? All right, so disease is a very vast topic, has shaped human history. Insects are fascinating creatures. What do you think? Is that also a good thesis statement? What is the problem in it? If you're writing an essay and your thesis statement is insects are fascinating creature, what do you think? What kind of problem you might face while writing an essay, while developing and writing the body paragraph? Yes.
Ma'am, I think it's talking about insects because in an essay we only talk about a particular subject.
All right. This is a particular subject, insects. But again, this thesis
But there are
statement,
many.
insects are exactly, you are right. You are on point now. Men and women are very different. Okay. You see how general and broad it is. Men and women are very different in so many ways. Then how you are going to actually narrow it down, and एक होता है उसको central, how are you going to bring them onto a central position, and then write around that particular theme, because men and women are very different is such a broad that it will take the whole life to write about the differences. Yes. So what are the best thesis statement? Look at this. Instead of diseases has shaped human history, increasing age and genetics are some of the predisposing factors to the development of Alzheimer's disease. What is Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's disease is like, it the brain is affected, and some part of it, and you tend to forget, actually you don't remember. All right, so you can say that becoming oblivious and forgetful, that you don't remember. So memory loss, in other words, you can say memory loss. So increasing age and genetics are some of the predisposing factors to the development of Alzheimer's disease. Now, in this thesis statement, you have very tactfully touched upon one subject, that is Alzheimer's disease, memory loss. Getting it? Is it is it understood by you all? Okay, I'm not getting responses, or you can also write in the chat box. All right, thank you so much, Adnan. All right, insects are fascinating creatures. So instead of writing this, strength, organization, and communication make the ant one of nature's most successful insects. Now look at this, how you are focusing on the specific characteristics of one specific insect, instead of just mentioning generally, because insects are thousands of types of insects are, and they have their own characteristics and needs, and they are different, and they are to some way similar, in some way different. So how you are going to write everything about it and about every insect? It is not possible, humanly not possible. Men and women are very different. So instead of writing men and women are very different, men and women are often treated very differently in the workplace. So now when you are writing an essay about men and women and their treatment at their workplace, you can easily develop three paragraph or five paragraph essay, like one introduction, three paragraphs, and one conclusion, conclusion or concluding paragraph, very easily, which revolves around the theme of men and women different treatment at the workplace. Is that understood? Okay. Now, avoid statements that are too narrow. When we say avoid a statement that are too narrow, means that your thesis statement is too narrow, that you just write a sentence and it finishes. Okay, it gives the whole idea, and it is so based on the fact that you cannot write anything else. For example, the speed limit near my home is 65 miles per hour. A hurricane hit southern Florida last summer. What do you think? What is the problem in this second thesis statement? Why do you think that you can't develop a 5 paragraph essay on when your thesis statement is this? Anyone would like to answer? Hello. All right. So anyone would like to answer? Okay. Adnan is saying no idea. All right. Okay. So hurricane hit southern Florida last summer. It is the fact that has, it is a catastrophe that hit the southern Florida last summer. All right. Now, this thesis statement is too narrow. That what will you be writing around it? A person must be at least 35 years old to be elected president of the United States. So these three thesis statements are too narrow. Instead of this, what should we write, or what could we write? The speed limit near my house should be lowered to 55 miles per hour for several reasons. So when you have mentioned for several reasons, you have now developed such a good thesis statement that in the body paragraph, you can state at least 3 reasons around this topic. That does make sense? Instead of a hurricane hit southern Florida last summer, federal officials made a number of mistakes in their responses to the recent Florida hurricane. Now, again, in this thesis statement, you can mention that what mistakes they made, and then what were the drawbacks of it. A person must be at least 35 years old to be elected president of the United States. Now, why is it not a good thesis statement? Against that, this one, the requirement that a US president must be at least 35 years old is unfair and unreasonable. Why? Then you will tell the reasons that why is that so. So you can prove your point, you can prove your um, topic sentence in each paragraph with the help of evidences and supporting, definitely after thesis statement you will need supporting details. All right, now the next is, okay. Now in the next slide, everyone, I need your responses, okay? I will show you the statements and then you have to tell me that either they are too narrow or, when TN means too narrow, all right, and TB means too broad. So you will have to tell me like up to 70% of teenage marriages end in divorce. This is too narrow. Okay, admit. Let me just do that. Now look at this. The way our society treats elderly people is unbelievable. This is too broad. But if you want to bring it and make it specific, what should you write? What should be your thesis statement? Our society discriminates against elderly people in a number of ways. What are these ways? Now, when you are mentioning that, you can write about that, they may, at job, or like when we talk about work opportunities, so elderly people are not often considered for for jobs because of their age, or you can develop more ideas and points around it. Up to 70% of teenage marriages end in divorce. It is a fact, or whatever it is, a statistic that is too narrow. Teenage marriages often end in divorce for several reasons. Now, what will be the reasons? So you will have some content, you can develop some ideas and the supporting details to support your thesis statement. This number 3, action must be taken against drugs. This is too broad. Several steps should be taken to reduce the use of drugs in school. So you have made it specific that drug usage is very common in everywhere, all right, and it is too broad and big topic. So you have specified it and brought it to that one particular place, that is schools, that the use of drugs among students in school. I failed my biology course. Fine. All right. Now, what do you think? I failed my biology course. What could be done? What will you write next? But if you are writing, I'm doing poorly in school because three major distractions in my life, that I'm not able to perform better because of three major distractions in my life, and then you can mention those three distractions. Is that clear? Okay, now let's do it. I'm going to show you. Let's do a quiz. We are going to do a quiz in which I would want you to respond me. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, everyone. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
All right. Fine. Now, look at this. Please write in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can answer me. The thesis statement should include your opinion on the points you are analyzing. Is this true or false?
True, ma'am, true.
Is it true? Let's okay, let's show the answer. Oh, wait a minute. Right, I actually have to wait a minute. Who said that? All right, no idea. This is true. Let me log in with, okay, with the login with Google. Just wait. All right. All right. Now, is my screen visible to you? I hope it is now. Okay. So the thesis statement should include your opinion on the point you're analyzing. You said it is true. Yes, true. Well done. Okay. Now, next question. Where should a thesis statement appear? There are four options. First paragraph, last paragraph, anywhere in the essay, the first sentence of every paragraph. Tell me, you write in the chat box. Where
First
would,
one.
all right. Do you think the thesis statement should appear in the first paragraph?
First,
Ariba, all right.
yes, ma'am.
Ariba is saying
First
the first paragraph. All right. Let's see. Yes, excellent, excellent. Now, the next is, what three items make up a thesis statement? What do you think? That when you are writing a thesis statement, what three things, three items can help you write a good thesis statement? Identification of topic, claim, what you believe, and direction. Okay. So this can be your, I can say, your pre-test, because in the next upcoming slides, I am also going to explain that what should your thesis statement have. And I already told you that it has to have three reasons: topic, sentence, introduction, conclusion, reason one, reason two, reason three, introduction, body, conclusion. What do you think is the best answer in this context?
Third one.
Number one, ma'am.
Number one,
I okay.
identification. Okay. Saima is saying introduction, conclusion, body. All right. Okay. Number one. Yes, number one.
Identification of topic
Identification of
claim.
topic. Claim what you believe and direction, like reasons. Excellent. Which of the following is a major component of any thesis? Making a claim, providing an amusing anecdote, means examples, being at least being at least three sentences, only providing facts. Here, what do you think? Which one seems
Making a claim.
making a claim,
Providing text.
providing facts? Okay, making a claim. All right, that's great. Choose the strong thesis. There are two examples. Which one is an example of a good thesis? I would like to become a chef when I finish school. Although both chef and cooks can prepare fine meals, chefs differ from cooks in education, professional commitment, and artistry. Which one is a good thesis statement? First one or the
Number two.
second one?
Second
Number
one.
two.
Although
Number
both
two. Yes.
chefs and cooks can be
All right.
prepare fine meals.
Number two, excellent, excellent. Look at this. It is so, when we talk about academic writing, it is grammatically in terms of, sentence organization, in terms of, grammar, it is very standard. Look at it. I would like to become a chef when I finish school. It cannot be a good thesis statement. In this second one, you have a margin to give examples, give facts, and prove your claim. You are making a claim. All right. When you say that the chefs differ from cooks in education, professional commitment, and artistry. So look at, there are three reasons you have given. So remember, I told you that the thesis statement has one main idea and three examples or three reasons or three steps. What is the purpose of the thesis? To remind your reader what your paper is about, to hook the reader's attention, to state your opinion or claim and prove it, to use vocabulary words.
Ma'am, to state your opinion or claim.
Excellent. To state your opinion or claim and prove it. Nice. The thesis statement should express a main idea that links to supporting points. Is it true?
True, ma'am.
True, ma'am.
Very nice, very nice. Good. Okay. What is a thesis statement? Okay, let's go back. What is a thesis statement? Look at this. Okay, a journal idea of what the essay is about. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, and a
Ma'am,
summary
third,
of the main
a
idea.
statement that
Uh,
explains the main idea of an essay.
all right, let us check. Excellent, excellent, nice. Number 4, which claim is the strongest for the following thesis statements? There are 4 sentences, like, the thesis statement. Which claim is the strongest in your opinion? Violent video games are harmful for young people to play. Violent video games are harmful for young people to play because children can become desensitized to death. Acha, by the way, which game was that due to which, the people committed suicide and the people took their own lives and
PUBG.
children
Blue
fell?
whale,
Pub,
blue whale,
blue
blue
whale,
whale.
blue whale. All right, so it was in the news. It remained in the news for quite a long time. All right, violent
Yes,
video
ma'am.
games are harmful to young people and it should be stopped. Violent video games are harmful for young people because they should be reading a book. Which claim do you think is the strongest one?
Violent video games are harmful for young people to play because
Number
children
three.
can become. Ma'am, third.
Third. Excellent. And you see, you understand.
Business student.
I'm glad that you understood the importance of thesis statement. You are able to identify the claim in the thesis statement. Nice. Choose the strong thesis. I would like to become a chef when I finish school. We have done that, right? Yeah. Number 11. What can be found in the last sentence of your first paragraph and the first sentence in your last paragraph? Last sentence of your first paragraph is, and in the conclusion, we try to restate the the thesis statement. All right. So we can say first one, yes, thesis
Thesis
statement.
statement.
Right. Acha, in the first paragraph, we write the thesis statement in the last line of that first introductory paragraph. All right. The first paragraph, which is introductory paragraph, has the thesis statement, the last sentence. While in the concluding paragraph, we again mention the thesis statement and its claim, and we restate that. All right. We will come to that when I will teach you the conclusion actually, because right now we are focusing on three parts of introduction and mainly on thesis statement. Okay, a thesis statement should not directly announce your topic by using phrases such as this essay will talk about which of the following makes the best thesis statement. It's already done. All right. Even though, so look at, but you, for your learning, even though marriage is a strong and respected institution in Russia, more and more people are choosing to live together before marriage, despite the cultural pressures. And I'm going to explain why many countries in Russia are choosing to live together rather than getting married. So this first one is a good example of a thesis statement rather than the second one, because the second one, B option, is announcing the topic. All right, so I already told you that the topic should not be announced. A thesis statement is a complete sentence. A thesis statement is not a question. Which of these is a thesis statement? Knowing a foreign language. Why should people know a foreign language? Knowing a foreign language is a useful skill. It can help one advance in a career, relate better to others, and open one's mind.
Ma'am,
Yes.
knowing a foreign language are very useful
Yes,
skills. You
Uruj,
have hired them.
yeah, Uruj, Madiha, Adnan, they all are responding in the chat box. Thank you so much, because I like interactive classes, no matter we are online, but I want and appreciate your participation. That's great.
Thank
This
you,
is a good
ma'am.
example of thesis statement, everybody. Okay, let's go. A thesis statement can be made more specific. All right, this is also a very good question. A thesis statement can be made more specific by listing subpoints. These help give your reader a clear idea of what will follow in your essay. So which of these makes a clear thesis statement? The reason why I came to the United States is to study. The reasons why I came to the United States to study were to educate myself and then return to Malaysia to apply my education. There were many reasons why I came to the United States to study. Which one is more specific? B. Excellent, excellent. B. Okay. Now, how many more questions are left? Now, look at this. What is a thesis? A vegetable sold, a sentence that controls the essay located in the intro, three sentences that create an introduction, an example of the prompt.
Ma'am, a sentence that control the essay located in the intro.
Good. It means that the topic is very clear. A thesis should be clear and focused, growing in your backyard, in the conclusion of an essay, or written within the first person. First person, yes,
Ma'am,
first person, yeah.
ma'am, in the conclusion of the essay.
A thesis should be in the conclusion of an essay. Okay. Clear and focused.
Oh,
All right. Because it cannot come in the conclusion. Conclusion paragraph may,
yes,
what we
ma'am.
do in the conclusion paragraph, I will teach you how to write a conclusion paragraph. All right. So in that we summarize basically we restate the thesis statement. But how to do that? I will show you an example. I will also show you an example of the whole essay that will have hook,
Yes, ma'am.
background information, thesis statement, body paragraphs, and conclusion. So don't worry. A thesis statement should be arguable. What do you think?
True,
Yes,
ma'am.
no? True.
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 Excellent. It should be arguable. This is interesting. Choose the best thesis. Write an essay explaining your definition of true friendship. A true friend is someone who you can always count on supporting you. True friend isn't real. Everyone is out for themselves. All of the above. A friend is something you can see grow like a tree. A friendship is something you can see grow like a tree. And all
A
of the
friendship
above.
is
All of the above. What do you think? What can be the best thesis? Or do you think that each,
A friendship is something you can see grow like a tree.
are you sure?
Maybe is it clear?
Ma'am, one
Maybe.
and four. One or four.
1 and 4? Or you
I
are
think
saying that either 1 or
I'm
4?
confused.
All
I'm
right.
confused, but one or four.
Between 1 and 4. All right. Okay.
Yes,
So the
one.
first one, a true friend is someone who you can always count on supporting you. All right. Now, so that was, I think, enough information about thesis statement. Let me just stop screen share. Okay. And share the presentation again. Where is the presentation? So let's see, let's check out. Can you see the presentation by the way now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is the presentation visible to you? Okay, okay, okay. So we have started a thesis or statement through different quizzes and activities. All right. Now, how to write? Let's come to this. I will also teach you about supporting details, writing body paragraphs and concluding paragraphs. Okay. These are some examples of thesis statement. Let me just share with you. All right. So remember that the thesis statement can also have 3 reasons, 3 explanations, 3 examples, 3 3 steps. All right. Depends upon the topic, that what is the topic that you are writing on. So in this on this slide, you can see that thesis statement, your prompt is, or your topic is, what is the best exercise? Write an essay that explains your answer. So if your topic is to write about an exercise, or which exercise is the best, then your thesis statement is, because if you think uh, this topic is given, maybe people may have different point of view. Everybody may not think that the walking is best exercise, but right now the writer has written, okay, the opinion is that the best exercise is walking. This is the claim in the thesis statement that writer has made. The best exercise is walking because it is easy, convenient, and usually done outside. So what will happen in your thesis statement? If there are 3 reasons, these 3 reasons will become the topic sentence of your 3 paragraphs. Acha, by the way, tell me, do you know that how many parts does a paragraph has, or does a paragraph have how many paragraphs or how many parts? एक paragraph के कितने part होते हैं? Any ideas? Thesis statement is the main idea of the whole essay, but topic sentence comes in every paragraph. Yes, tell me, how many parts of a paragraph do we have?
3, ma'am.
three parts of a paragraph. So I'm talking about paragraph, all right? It can be a body paragraph. So when you are writing a paragraph has three parts: topic, sentence, supporting details, and conclusion. So what will happen in the thesis statement if you have mentioned three reasons? So these three reasons will become, these three steps will become the topic sentence of your three paragraphs, all right? And one topic sentence, then you will provide the supporting details and evidence and examples and the reasons to support that topic sentence, and then you will write a concluding sentence. So that will make one paragraph, all right? We will come to it. I will explain you. Okay, look at
Ma'am, this is assignment.
Sorry? No.
Ma'am,
This is not assignment. I'm explaining you.
yes, ma'am. I was disconnected.
No. This is not assignment. All right. Now, look at this. Thesis, ideally, the thesis statement is composed of two things. All right. Thesis statement is main idea plus three reasons. Now, these are few examples of thesis statements for your further understanding. I hope that that quiz was very helpful for you to decide and to evaluate that what are good thesis statements and how they should be written. So, essay prompt. What is one thing everyone should do? Now, this is a question, all right? So you have to, your thesis statement should be, to the point. It cannot be too broad. So everyone should eat lots of vegetables for vitamins, minerals, and fibers. Three reasons. All right. So when you are writing your body paragraph, your one paragraph will be about vitamins, how vitamins are important for our, health, how can be obtained, what should we eat to get vitamins, minerals, and fibers. One paragraph will be about minerals, one will be about fibers. All right. Then you will write the concluding paragraph in which you will restate the thesis statement, and as well as you can give a prediction or your recommendations and suggestions. Okay, so we will do that also. Explain how to get a driver's license. Getting driver's license requires a few steps, including to learn rules, practice driving, and pass exams. There are three steps. It is a three steps process. This is a thesis statement. Describe the parts of human brain. The human brain has three main parts, including the cerebellum, and brainstem. The three parts. Analyze the character Romeo and explain what motivates him. The character Romeo is driven by devotion to his family, friends, and Juliet. So when you are writing an essay, you will first mention why was he so devoted to his family. You will give reasons and examples to support your point. How was he so devoted to his friends? And then the last is Juliet. All right. So see how you are developing. Okay. So how you
Ma'am,
are developing? Yes, please.
ma'am, essay prompts is always as it is, or some it's just example.
These are examples. All right.
Okay.
Like
Use this.
whatever the topic of the essay is, the subject of the essay is, the statement of the essay is on which you are supposed to write, you will have to sit very carefully and write thesis statement very meticulously, because your thesis statement will decide that how good your essay will look like. All right. So you see, the thesis statement is
Yes,
basically
ma'am.
setting the direction for your whole essay. You getting it? It is setting the direction. So if your thesis statement is good, it will not be very difficult for you to write the body and conclusion. Look at this. General subject. Okay. So I ask you that, tell me something about your family, or if you're writing a thesis statement about your family, so what should you write? So this is general. You have to go and see and think the specific, point of that topic. Like when we talk about family mein sab aa jate hain, like family mein, your parents and your sister, all right, but you have chosen to write about your older sister. So what is the thesis statement? My older sister helped me overcome my shyness. How? Then you will give the examples, you will provide the supporting details. Television, like, it's very broad topic. How you are going to limit the subject? In television, you are specifically going to talk about and write about TV advertisements. TV campaigners use campaigners, the campaigns जो होती हैं ad की, campaigners use sales techniques to promote their messages. This is a thesis statement. How they do that? Now you will have a great margin to write on these TV advertisements and campaigns and talk about that whether this is how, in what extent it is useful for them to improve their sales and get more benefits. Children, children is such a broad topic, or such a broad topic. I mean, whether you are talking about children nutritional point of view, you are talking about children health point of view, you're talking about children education point of view. But here we are limiting the subject by saying disciplining of children, that how to discipline them. My husband and I have several effective ways of disciplining our children. Now you will write 3 ways, all right, that what you are doing to discipline your child. Sports, अब now sports में the point you have taken is players salaries. So players high salaries are bad for the game, for the fans, and for the values our children are, values our children are developing. So you have this thesis statement. Now you know that you will first write about why it is bad for game. So you will have to provide the evidences that how does it affect the game for the fans, and then how do you think, and you have to prove with the help of examples and the evidences that how, and even historical facts or anything, that how this is affecting our children's values. Is that okay? So that was all about the thesis statement we have studied today. In the next class, which will be on Wednesday, I will teach you and we will discuss and I will share with you how to write the body paragraph, supporting details, and concluding sentence. Okay. And then in the next session, I will also give you assignments. So please be very, very, I want you to stay connected. I want you to join so that you can be the part of this learning, and this learning will help you to do your assignments and as well as do better in your finals. All right. So from my side, it is the end. Now I will take your questions.